How you're doing, Ralfy here, Ralfy Customs. It's Monday morning at the time of filming, and there's one big job going on and then one really exciting thing occurring. So let's get on. The big job is, we're back on the old fucking Evo Springer, rigid. As is, we have reworked the foot pegs and the linkages, and it's just not going to be fucking right. It's not right. Can't get it fucking good enough really, because we're working with what we got. So we're going to make some alterations. This week we're going to make a set of 4 controls in the style of the Triumph. Right. Yeah, proper and shovel head. Look, more like that actually, because they've got a remote resi mounted on the plate there, which is what Izzy's going to have. And then we've got the gear change side. So, yeah, let's do that. Also, regular viewers will know that this metal rack and guillotine were formerly along there. Look, if it'll focus, I've moved them. And the reason I've moved them is we're getting a new milling machine today. Bridgeport style, Bridgeport clone, there's lots from out there. This is an Induma. It's Italian, so hopefully it's fucking sleek and strong and robust. They have rave reviews, and it was in my price bracket, and one of my brothers sort of forced me hand a bit, like persuaded me it was a good investment and enabled it. We'll say thank you very much, Rustic. Right, but enough of that, it's not here till later. We've got bare materials to kind of make these forwards. Now we're going to end up making them up as we go along a little bit. We know we need the bushes and the tubes for the pivots, and we know we want the foot pegs to come out about here, but apart from that we're not 100% on it. I think we need to make plates, you know, to come off the existing, the 3 points. Let's make some plates that match the existing and go from there, I think. Righto, so we're on with the old CAD, the old cardboard aided design. We've used a ball peen hammer to punch out the holes where the bolts go. He wants a foot peg in line with this, thereabouts. I need to cut that off because it holds a bracket that holds some more unnecessary clutter on the bike. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a plate that bolts on there, and I'm going to space it off an inch, I think, and then I can have a bolt there that mounts to forward and a bolt there. So we need 3 spacers an inch and a plate with these 3 holes, and that one for his forwards. I need to work that out off something somehow. I can't do the punch thing. It's not going to be accurate at that. It's not a mile out, I guess. You know, gives us a good indication if we do that. Look. We could then mark it. There, look. And have that as the one, and do the other side to match. You know, it's all good. So I need to now dot to dot draw a nice looking shape that I'm going to cut out of a bit of plate for this side's forwards. So we'll get fucking doodling. So that's what we came up with. For the left hand side, we've transferred that with a centre dotted, I can't think you can see, oh you can, centre punched the holes and drawn around it. So we'll cut it out with the grinder and a cut off saw, get it cleaned up, get it drilled out. Bob's your answer.
So, we've got our cut. Next up we need to drill. So, we're using a We're using a bolter to stop, so it don't spin round. And we're running it a little bit quick, but we'll be straight in with it. 10mm clearance, we need to give ourselves a bit of wiggle room on them. The one at the front is going to be 12mm clearance. Ready to mount the forwards on, the foot peg and that one. Happy days. So on and so forth. Right, so we are obviously over at the favourite, my absolute favourite piece of machinery, the lathe. And we're going to turn some spacers down. They're going to be about 22mm diameter. And I was thinking of an inch, but I think an inch is too long. I think it might be just 3/4 of an inch. So 22, 7/8 just over, and 3/4 with 19mm, so 22 by 20. With the M10 clearance up them. So first things first, we'll face that off and centre it. We'll turn this down to the diameter and then we'll drill it out to size. Right, let's get the old girl running. Happy days. Just on there. We'll just take a very light cut, just to clean it up. Now we'll check the size. We're alright. Look at that, 22.11. So we'll set a DRO at that. And we actually we're going to call it 22 on the money, isn't we? So, shit, I've moved it. Hold on, I've fucked up. Bear with. Touch on again. And now take another light cut. Don't think it'll make much difference. I forgot to press fucking enter, didn't I? So, and then moved it. Here we go again, look. So now we're at 22.06. So, X 0.06. No, X 22.06. Enter. Thank you. It was up for one in thousands, wasn't it? No. All good, right. So, now, we'll have it down to 22 on the money. Fuck me, what fuck about? Hey. People say this bit of it's boring, I don't get it. Happy days. So we know this is going to be to size. We'll just let that rip. We'll get in there with our pilot drill, centre drill, sorry, we'll just centre drill that. And switch it out to size. We'll go straight in with a 10mm clearance. Right, so, a little bit of lube. So that's what separates us from the animals, eh? And once we've gone, what do we say? We want 20mm. Just setting the graduations so I can read our depot comp. There's 10mm and so on and so forth. Right, now we'll slow things down a bit. And part one off. You were misses. So, touch on. and we're on 23 with the tool, which is about there. Not about, it's exactly there. And in she goes, Captain. While I was doing that, we'll break this edge, break that edge, break that edge. And here we go. We've got that end to clean up. And 2 more to make. Okay, so that's on. Now we need to come out far enough to miss his primary and have a foot peg. And what I've worked out is we want about 4 inches to clear that shit, and then 4.5 for a peg. So he's coming out 8.5 inches, which is not unsubstantial, Darren. But we know that we need to make the pivoty bit 4 inches, and we need to make the solid. There's going to be a solid bar bolts through here and goes through the pivot and holds the foot peg, and that needs to be about 7 inches long. So solid bar at 7, pivoty bit at 4, foot peg at 4.5. You know what that means, don't you? You know where I am for the morning? Ooh, happy days. Righto folks, I've moved you a bit. I need to, what I've done, I've faced off this bit of bar, and I've got it supported by this live centre, rotating centre. And we need to machine it down to take the foot pegs and the pivots. Now, we've got the old phosphor bronze bushes, and they come in at 22, they're supposed to be, their ID. I'm getting 21.99, 21.97, 21.9. So I'm going to machine this to 21.9. I think that'll get us there. It just needs to not be wobbly on here, but it needs to, you know, hold itself together like. We need 7 inches of the bastard, so hence it's out so far. Which is about here. 7 inches is near enough. Good enough is near enough, because it just disappears up the foot peg. Anyway, I've digressed. Let's get on. See where we're at. There then. Change me speed and speed. I'm going to have a cut and have a measure. So, see, I've got the water on. Don't like that finish. I'm going to change my tool as well while I'm at it. I'm going this little bastard, if it'll get in. It won't, will it? It's not going to do it. I'm going to clout this that you can't see properly before I fucking get there. I'm going to hang it out a bit more. Okay, switch that. Scrap that. For this little bastard then. Because I know I'll get him with that. Let's see what that's doing, eh? So, okay, we'll take a cut. Like so. We'll have a measure. We'll make sure everyone's fucking properly tight, because we started to get a bit of a fucking harmony angel going on there, don't we? Did you notice? Anyway, where are we at? We're at 2307, so I'll set the DRO to that, and we'll get this machine down, mostly off camera. I'll put it in gear outfit. We'll get rid of that. We're on 9, don't we? So we're at 22.9. There. So, away we go. Happy days. I'll see you when we're near the finish. Oh, I'm midway and my live centre's become a dead centre. It's not hot, but it's fucking jammed up. The bearings must be full of shit or fucked or whatever. I've lubed it up and I've kept the tension on, and the dead centre's fine, you know. The worst you can do is throw us out a little bit this end, but we'll make that the foot peg end, and we'll make the the crucial end, this fucking end. That makes sense. We'll make this end where the pivot goes, because that's got to move smoothly within them oil art bushes. There we go then, just coming up to the end of this cut. We give ourselves more than 7 inches. Get that out of the way, get that out of the way, and have a measure. We want 21.9, 22.3, that's not right, is it? Or is it this end? 2207. And this end is 2231, that's not right. Okay, doka. Time for another cut then. Come back, let's see what's wrong with me. I'll check out this. It's fucking hotter than a pistol down this. Not unsurprisingly, so we'll let that do that. I'll give it all a check over and come back when I'm doing the last cut. Right, kiddie wing. We've cleaned out the live centre. That's fucking proper blocking your way. Cleaned out the live centre, and we're going to take that skim. And we know we were set at 21.9. Now let's run it by it again. And see what that produces. Alright, we're actually on 20, well, that's fucking bob on, that'll do me. If I can get that all the way down. I'm being happy bunny. Well, for 4 inches actually, because that's the only bit that's going to run in the pivoty bit, like. Technical term, obviously. So, it's going to cut its way along all the way to the other end. And then I'm going to cut it off, face it off, and put an M12 thread up its bum. Right, we had a slight discrepancy of 0.3 something of a mil. 0.31 of a mil. What I've done now, I've loosened off, you can't see it off camera, I've loosened off the tailstock adjusters and moved it that way. This end was small. So I moved it away from the tool by half of the difference, which is what the dial gauge is set up to do, to show me like. So now is the bond. It should be cutting about fucking through. Not fucking running very happily, is it? Give it a bit more tension there. I'm just going to touch off, touch on. Still just cutting, so I won't bore you with it, but I'm going to run a dry cut if you like, and that should get me where I need to be. And here we go with number 2. I didn't want to bore you with the finishing cut like, but we're all settled and sorted, and we'll make 2 of the bastards. Right, so time to drill these out and get the ends tapped. We've gone about 40 mil deep there. Now we'll put a chamfer on it. And now we'll slow it right down. Okay, I'm sorry. Go on, get in there, go. Come on. An inch she goes, Captain. That's clearly where it is coming off. A bit reversed. I think we can go a bit deeper than that. There we go. Sorted. Right, now it's time to make the bits that are going to pivot. They're going to have the foot peg bit off and the blade or the brake or whatever, like, you know, the gear changing back brake. What we need to do is fit these phosphor-bronze bushes. Well, the oilites actually. Oily fucking bronze bushes into the tube. Now, because the fucking world's gone crazy, and I won't get into it, but you're all cunts, not all of you, but all of them. You can't get everything that you could be pre-pandemic and pre-fucking being fucked over blatantly by the economic system. So I'm having to machine the outside of these down so they fit in. At the minute it's just a bit too big. What? The only way I can see to hold them is to use a proper old machinist's trick, if you like. It's not really a trick, but we've made a mandrel, self-locking automatic mandrel, and all it is a bit of bar turned down to sit that on, but it's got flat machined on it, and the flat has to be 1/12 the diameter. So we've ended up with 22mm, say, divided by 12, we've got like 1.8mm, and that's how much we can cut off. That's how deep we can go. And then we find a suitable bit of rod. I'm using a bit of 1.6 welding rod, and that is a little bit small in there, but when you turn it, that jams against the edge of the hole, and away you go. So you can now machine that. Let's just show off, look. I'll just touch on. Just give it fuck all up, just a little bit. Like so. See? And that's not moved. It kind of a tendency to, if you're only taking light cuts like I've just done, it don't bite fully, so it can walk a bit. It can fuck off the end if you're not careful. So you have to be aware of that. But when you've done it, you just rotate it back the other way and it lets go. Look. So that just jams in like that. Just do your best to get it straight and twist it hard, then it proper jams in. We can measure this now. I think we are at 2804. We need to be less than that. 27.6, 27.7, 27.7. So off we go again. 27.7 is there. In we go. Carefully up to the face, up to the end, look. Carefully break that edge, try not to catch that bit of wire, which is good. So now, we go, no go, that should be, fucking hell, look. There you go, out it comes. Get me a little bit of bar, give that a couple of love taps. Happy days. So there you go. That's how we do that. And now we've got them pressed in. I'm just going to move you. Hold on. There we go. Now we've got them pressed in. We can machine them down on the OD on this flange, because the flange is too fucking big. It needs to be 32mm, which is not quite there. 32 there. Happy days. Now it actually fits the tube that it's in. Same the other end. And then we can fit it, we can do a test fit with the shaft. I think if we do them too tight, they do crush in a little. As crazy as that sounds. So I'll get this one done, and then you can join me again. Right, we know that was a nice fit. at whatever we made it. I can't remember what size it was now. It's supposed to be 20 mil these are. Sorry, 22. Now the 21.9 lot is shrunk, it's crushed in. So my nice fucking shiny shaft that's 21.8 this end, that should go, shouldn't it? Yeah, it does, it starts, it wants to go. But it gets tight, so what I'm going to do is pull this out about halfway, and I'm going to go in with a boring bar. I'm just going to give it a spring pass, just a little spring pass with this bastard, look, like this. So we'll go round it, we'll come in, we'll just touch it there, and then we'll take that in. We'll just give it a clean up. To be fair, this could have a bit of flopping on and it won't really hurt. It don't have to be precise, it's not, it's a fucking brake. It's a lever that moves a few degrees in its entirety. So, we're not afraid. It's out of the way. We're not afraid of having a little bit of movement on there, you know. Just don't want it loose. There you go. Happy days. That's it to the other end. So, we'll do the same with the other end. And report back accordingly. There you go. That's it. Here's the other one. Bear with. A little bit tighter. There you go. That feels lower. Nothing wrong with that, Mr. Righto, so got a plate on, got the spacers in the back, we've got the shaft on, boom, stainless bolt there, we've got the fucking swivelly divelly, so we need a foot peg, and we need a, sorry, not very filming it very well, we need a foot peg, and we need to sort this shit out. We're going to have to extend this gear change linkage to still miss that exhaust, and we're going to put one, we're going to do something like that and something like this. So next on the agenda is going to be making the toe peg and the blade part and the gear change blade part. This will be a double like I do, you'll see. And this will be a single, like I do.